How do you want people to feel when they're around you? So people that interact with you, how do you want them to feel? This is the style of impact that you want to have. I want people to be empowered. I want them to feel seen and appreciated. And I want them to be inspired and energized. That now is your guide for the kind of impact that you want to make with people. And if you are driven by wanting to just be nice, that's okay. I know I've just said, don't worry about that, don't. But if that is authentically who you are, that's more important than anything else. Here's ways, tactics that you can start to use in order to be more intentional and more influential in a virtual or remote or international work environment. Number one, create an influence map. And when you're thinking about it from a remote standpoint, don't just do 2 or 3. I want you to think about all the people that you need to influence or you have an influence on. So people whose support that you need in order to get things done. People who you need to motivate, who are doing the work. People who you need to make sure know about you, that are above you. And what you're going to find when you create a global influence map of all the people that you need or that you impact with your work, your influence is a lot bigger than you're giving yourself credit for. That's number one. Now I want you to pick the top 3 people on that map that you want to create a stronger relationship with. And you're going to use the advice that I already gave you, which is you're going to send a morning text message or a morning, if there's an internal Slack channel, I don't know what y'all use, but if there's an internal sort of instant messaging platform, not email, an instant message, a good morning message, good morning. And if it's a follow-up from a conversation, if it's a check-in about a project, popping up first thing in the morning with a good morning email, just wanted to say hello, reminding you that I'm here, that will keep you top of mind. It's a way to create a water cooler moment when you're not face-to-face in an office. It will feel a little odd when you first start doing it because you're not used to doing it, but trust me, that instant message, first thing in the morning, just checking in, if it becomes a habit, you will create that consistent relationship and trust that's required for elevating your influence with that person. Another thing that you can do, if you're managing remote teams, this is going to sound cheesy, but you could take a photo of yourself with your phone number and mail it to the people that you're trying to influence to remind them that if they need you, you're there to call you. Because a lot of times, if you're not top of mind, they forget about you altogether. So if there are people you need to influence that you wish would pick up the phone and call you, put something physical in their space. Send them a card with your phone number on it, something they can put up to remind them that you are there to help. And finally, I'm a humongous fan of video messaging, not video conference calls. I'm talking about video messaging. Take out your selfie camera on your cell phone, and instead of sending somebody a voicemail, text them a video message of you filming yourself with a selfie, something that you need, something you wanted to communicate, and then text it to them, instant message them. It creates the real in-person feeling. It's unexpected, it's fun. If you want to present something to somebody, use Loom. Loom is a screen recording software where you can talk and you can record your own computer screen and walk somebody through a presentation and send it to them. Final thing, I've already mentioned this, but boy, oh boy, make sure you're checking in with the folks that you want to influence so that your work is strategically aligned with what actually matters and that your focus is strategic. Do end of week recaps because that keeps you top of mind and is super helpful for the people that you're trying to influence. Solve big problems, raise your hand for big challenges. You do those things consistently and it will elevate your influence. Remember, you're not going to think your way to greater influence. You must act your way there. You now have the 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it's uncomfortable to show up differently, use the 5-second rule to push yourself. Identify what you want people to say about you when you leave a room and how you want to make them feel, and then start acting like that person that you want to become. And if you need feedback because you're worried about your perception, go get it. Ask for specific examples about specific behavior, and don't forget the SKS rule. What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to keep doing? And what do you need me to start doing? You get all of that, and you will have so much influence, you won't know what to do with it. What do you want people to say about you when you leave a room? Write down the adjectives. For me, I want people to say, oh my gosh, she's so real. She's so smart. She is so fun. And I would love to work with her. That is now your map for the type of leader you want to be. That's how you show up. That's the kind of person that you are. And now you're just going to tap into a huge body of research called behavioral activation therapy. I dumb this down by saying, act like the person you want to become. That's it. Act like the person you want to become. If you want to be a person that's real, be more real. If you want to be a person that is tougher, be tougher at work. If you want to be a person that is less bossy, then be more celebratory of people. Be a little bit more patient with people. If you want to be a person that is nice, be nice. There's your map for the kind of person you want to act like. When you do your morning high five and you acknowledge yourself, take a moment and set an intention that you're going to show up and do those adjectives. That's how you're going to act today. Here's the second question. How do you want people to feel when they're around you? So people that interact with you, how do you want them to feel? This is the style of impact that you want to have. I want people to be empowered. I want them to feel seen and appreciated. And I want them to be inspired and energized. And if you are driven by wanting to just be nice, that's okay. I know I've just said, don't worry about that, don't. But if that is authentically who you are, that's more important than anything else. And so it's super critical that these things get tied to what you value, not what Mel Robbins values. I'm giving you tools, but you got to customize them. You got to make them personal. So when you create that influence map of the people that you really want to impact, how do you want them to feel when they're around you? What do you want them to say when you leave the room? Now you got to be flexible based on their communication type to achieve the results of those things. Hey, it's Mel. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed that video, by God, please subscribe because I don't want you to miss a thing. Thank you so much for being here. We've got so much amazing stuff coming. Thank you so much for sending this stuff to your friends and your family. I love you. We create these videos for you. So make sure you subscribe. Mwah.